Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
I gotta. I'm messing with the levels, bro.
You're messing with the levels.
Well, I gotta make sure that my shit's right.
Your shit sounds okay to me.
Okay, great. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve. My name is Joel.
And I'm Steve.
And this is an old school podcast on Zoom. We're back on Zoom.
Yeah. And I'm Steve. Did I say that already?
And I'm Steve too. Today
Why
I'm Steve.
not? Today you're Steve.
We're all each other. We're all you know what I mean?
One.
We're all one. We're all I am you, you are me,
100%.
we are he, and we are all together. Cuckoo cuckoo.
Might as well. Can I be the walrus?
I could be the walrus. Still wouldn't change the fact that I don't own a car.
Yeah, so Joel and I have realized that we started doing this over the StreamYard platform, which in theory is really cool because
The interface of StreamYard is fantastic.
well, yeah, it's fine.
Love it.
But the advantage, I guess, the selling point of StreamYard is that it records each participant's audio and video locally to their computer.
Mm-hmm.
And then uploads it when the thing is done, when you're done recording to their cloud. And then so everybody has access to a higher quality audio experience as opposed to it, like, for example, I'm recording this on my laptop and Joel's coming through the inner tubes. But in this case, it doesn't really matter because Joel's microphone sucks. I was like, what? But so anyway, we've noticed that there's this weird time sync thing that happens. Has been happening through StreamYard where like Joel will respond to something before I've said it.
I'm like a
it's
third
really
of a
weird.
I'm like a third of a second in the future.
Yeah.
When I listen to it.
I apologize. I would apologize, but actually we did that intentionally just to try to up the level of surreality, surrealism,
surreality
of the podcast. So you're welcome.
Yeah,
and we're innovating for our listeners' behalf.
We're
it's
trying
not a bug. It's a feature.
It's a feature. We're trying to bend time and space through our conversation.
And I feel like that's actually what we've done. We did it.
maybe the cosmic energy that we've been cultivating is just so it just creates
Joel,
this.
It's not us that's cultivating it.
Oh, I know. It's the
Gorgons.
The Gorgons are they've given us the power to vibrate the space-time continuum in such a way that if we were able to get inside of that third of a second, we could actually enter Gorgon and allow everyone else in. And we think it's a mistake, but it's actually
the light.
It's the portal.
It's the fucking portal.
So
oh wow.
We're sorry that opening a portal in the time-space continuum to get you to the utopia of Gorgon is a nuisance while you're driving to Home Depot to get more deck screws, but sorry.
I wouldn't apologize.
You don't want absolute freedom? Fine.
But you'll have a very nice looking deck. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, some people want to stay in the Matrix, man. You know what I mean?
You can't unplug everybody. Some people just aren't ready.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Oh, this is our 150th episode.
150 fucking. This is on average about 150 hours of
quality content.
Yeah, of some good interviews and mostly bad conversations. So.
Yeah.
No, it's good conversation.
The list of people that I think, oh, we should get them on. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Not with that attitude.
Not with that attitude, it's not.
I saw our friend and past guest Danny Renault on Friday.
Oh yeah, you went to
an art.
Yeah, a little show. How was it?
Great to see Danny. Love that dude. He's very talented. That was a cool. It was at this law firm on 9th Street that they kind of cordoned off their lobby area or whatever. A lot of really neat stuff happening.
I spent my first Friday art opening going to see a piece of cinematic art called Twisters.
Was it good?
Dude, it was fun. I mean, it was
popcorn hit of the summer.
Yeah, I really wish that I'm gonna reach out to Darren Keene, past guest Darren Keene, because he went on Instagram and he gave his review of seeing
I
Twisters.
saw that he did that, but I was scrolling too quickly. Well, other things going on.
That's his story to tell. It was very graphic, but I think the analogy was quite lovely. So I'm going to see if he kept that video, because I want to send it to Colin, because I mean, it was a ride. You know what I mean? You get you pay $30 for some popcorn and a ticket, and you go on a tornado ride, you know?
Yeah. Did you feel like there was value in that equation for you? Was there entertainment? Were you entertained?
I was entertained. I was also annoyed because it seemed to be a little like the romance thing about it was there was a romance that was just forced. I know, exactly. I'm like, this could be
it's really not fucking Titanic.
It kind of turned into it kind of turned into Titanic, and I was like, this doesn't need to be. And the guy,
I'd rather be his whore than your wife.
And nobody's shirts came off. You know what I mean? Like, no shirt. I mean, it was, you know. I leaned over to Kirsten because there was like, you know, I kept calling him hot stuff. The main male protagonist in the
was his body shaved?
Dude, I'm sure this guy was ripped, you know.
Oh, you couldn't tell because no shirts came off.
Yeah, but I leaned over to Kirsten once he made his first appearance on the screen. I was like, how long before this guy's shirt comes off? And she said 13 minutes, 47 seconds. So I hit my stopwatch and there was no shirt off. He even had a white t-shirt in the rain, but it didn't even get soaked enough for us to see anything. It was really.
Okay.
You know, but yes, it was fun. It was cool. Paul Scheer had a very weird cameo, which was strange. Paul Scheer, he's a comedian, actor, bald guy. He was on the show The League.
Oh yeah, I love The League.
Yeah, and he made a weird cameo. Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, I would have gotten more artistic value had I just walked into Keekle Studios for 2 seconds and then went to the cinema. You know, like it wasn't artistically fulfilling as a piece of cinema, but it was a fun ride to see.
Like a roller coaster.
It was a roller coaster. And that's part of, I'm like, is that what going to the movies has become, and it has to be now for us to pay money to go?
Our imaginary friend and imaginary past guest Mark Maron has talked at length about this.
I'm pretty sure Mark Maron's a real person though.
Yeah, true, but in my head we're buds.
Oh god.
I feel like we get along pretty well.
You would.
Yeah, I think so. But he's talked like the state, like it all has to be blockbusters. Has to be if it's going to hit the Marcus theaters or whatever, it needs to be a blockbuster.
Well, and I feel that because
the studios aren't willing to take risks on it. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Hollywood is officially, they're not out of ideas, but they're out of artistic integrity.
They're out of risk.
Yeah.
They're not willing. Studios like that are not willing to take a risk.
Case in point, Twisters. I mean, that Exhibit A.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But that's the dilemma I have.
But that's also part of just the dumbing down of everything.
Well, also, I mean, I am sitting in my cushy basement with a nice big TV with a sound bar. Like I can watch a thing and not leave my fucking
and experience. Not have to pay $78 for snacks.
Nope.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if it's,
Now, I will say the very few times that I actually do go to the cinema, I really enjoy the sound systems.
yeah.
I mean, I have a
Like,
nice sound bar and all that, but it's I was just at my sister and brother-in-law's house out in Seattle, and he installed a full-on THX certified Klipsch sound system. It's pretty amazing.
oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't have that,
Right.
but I do enjoy the full-on ultra sound theater situation.
Well, when I saw the second installment of the Dune movies, I saw it in the, whatever that is. What is that?
Ultra THX, whatever.
No, yeah, the Sony Atmos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
Amazing.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's amazing.
it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So for me, there's value just for that sound experience and the big screen and all. I mean, like that's kind of hard to. No matter how good your home theater is, it's still not a theater.
Yeah.
There are
Unless
a couple notable exceptions to that in Lincoln that I know, but
yeah.
yeah. So speaking
Yeah.
of cinema and Seattle, we watched both. Well, we were staying at my sister's. The first night we watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and the second day we watched Back to the Future.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a wonderful 1-2 punch of 80s cinema nostalgia. And it wasn't even nostalgia because it was especially Ferris Bueller, because all of my daughters and my niece and nephew have all seen Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
And so we all just got to watch and laugh at 9 times. We all got to watch that, together. And that was really great, professional.
I don't
What
remember
my
Ferris.
10-year-old nephew is like, professional what? It was great. We had a great time. It was awesome.
Why don't you stick your thumb? What did she say? Why don't you stick your head up your butt and blow? Or what did she say to Charlie Sheen? And
Remember.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. You know what your problem is?
You could ditch.
You could ditch. I mean, like he nails it.
He
He
does.
nails the entire all of like spiritual wellness in that
Yep.
one scene.
Yep.
Your
Yep.
problem is you.
Yep.
You could ditch.
You could
You
ditch.
could do everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he doesn't get caught. And
what's keeping you?
right. Like that all this shit that we talk about and do, blah, 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 is all contained in that
Yeah.
little soliloquy by Charlie
Yeah.
fucking Sheen.
Yeah. And that's a really great analogy for like she is so attached and
Mhm.
worried and concerned and resentful about her brother.
Yes.
And in that one moment, he's like, you could do all of those things.
Your problem is you.
You're doing this to yourself. Ferris isn't doing this to you.
Yeah.
And that changes her in a way. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Because that's when she comes home and fucking hits the principal in the face.
No, that's after.
That's after?
That's
Oh,
after. Yeah. That's
I'm
after.
I'm getting my events mixed up.
Yeah.
Probably gotta
Well,
watch it.
welcome to aging.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of
yeah, no,
aging,
that's after. Yeah.
I got my cholesterol numbers back and they're high, Steve.
Oh, Pravastatin, amlodipine. It's the other thing I take. I don't know.
I don't want to. I don't want to take a statin.
Well, then don't.
Then don't.
Yeah.
You
So
could ditch.
what? So then what you could ditch. So steamed fish, rice, broccoli, and cardio workouts 4 days a week. Not
that's
just pedaling around on your bike to go get ice cream. Actual workouts.
That's what I'm gonna have to honestly, dude. That's what I have to start doing because, like, it was for the last 4 years. My numbers have been. This is high quality content, but
It is. No, this is real. This is real life, folks.
my numbers have been trending down, but they've kind of plateaued, and so it's time.
Oh.
It's time to start thinking about that. I'm like, okay, what if I gave myself a year of trying to live differently and eat differently, because the numbers of the scale aren't where I want it either.
Right. Same.
And what if I tried for a year and then, because I've been doing this.
Go to 90 and 90.
Yeah,
And if your life's not any better, then quit.
exactly. Quit. Walk off a cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of myself because, well, there was a birthday thing last night and I took there was a talk, short version of the story is I came home with 4 things of Betty Crocker frosting, cake
fuck.
frosting, and a whole thing of like Costco cookie platter.
Oh my God.
Because we were gonna make cookie sandwiches. Well, it turns out I didn't need to do that because other people had. So there's just tons of frosting and cookies. And so I brought my shit home, and I did not eat that for breakfast. Because guess how bad I wanted to take 2 macadamia nut white chocolate cookies and sandwich some strawberry Betty Crocker frosting in there.
That's exactly what I thought of. It's like, hey man, I've got a couple of, pounds of really good just freshly picked cannabis buds. Can you hold on to them for an evening
Right.
for me?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Just hold on to them.
just hold on to yeah, don't smoke them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud. That's great. But eventually that, you're going to get your hair cut. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what I'm going to do is
what are you going to do? Throw them away?
No, I think I'm going to take them to the secret meeting tonight.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's what I'm going to do because then I'm giving.
Yeah, you're sharing
I'm sharing the empty carbs and fat and sugar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll make people happy.
It's in that secret meetings book to, if you're having a craving, eat some candy, have some sugar.
That's true, actually. A lot of us keep hard candy nearby. That actually is, I think there's some truth to that.
Oh yeah. Like, well, there's like probably some scientific truth to that.
I think there is.
Alcohol turns into sugar in your body and we get sort of hooked on that part of it too. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
I'm not a scientist.
But I am going to try to not have such high cholesterol. That's the plan.
Yeah, for me it's genetic.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is for me too. And yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, it is Obama's fault, isn't it?
Totally Obama's fault. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of Obama, how about that Kamala Harris?
Oh boy, yeah, what a wild couple of weeks we've been.
It's been pretty wild. I really think.
Wild.
I think that in hindsight that Joe Biden's insistence that he was staying in the race through the Republican convention was strategic.
Totally.
Yeah, which was just it was dark. It was dark Brandon.
It was definitely some dark Brandon because like I think all of those meetings, quote unquote meetings, were like Chuck Schumer was like stopping by the White House to be like trying to convince Joe Biden to
step down.
Yeah, no.
That was the plan all along.
And I love the unraveling of the
just to watch it was like watching the plane hit the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, the sleepy Joe Biden thing just didn't gonna work anymore because Kamala Harris is a badass and Trump can't even debate her because he's a senile old coward.
He's a coward. He really is a coward.
So he's so tough that he can't debate a black woman.
Well, anytime, any place, anywhere, unless
you're gonna get creamed.
Yeah.
You'll literally actually need the diapers.
Oh my God. I'd love to get a hot mic on him just shitting himself at some sort of rally or debate or something.
Yeah. It's show me you're in a cult without showing me you're in a cult. I love the party of law and order people. Well, they're breaking laws, so we have to that are now saying I'm supporting the convicted felon.
Yep.
That's
but he was wrongly accused. He's a martyr for the cause.
We tried him in a court of law by a jury of his fucking peers.
Nah, dude, that was set up, man. He was set up like a
jury
bowling pin
of his fucking peers that his attorneys had the ability to dismiss.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's fucking guilty.
Yeah.
Fairly and squarely adjudicated. And he's a rapist.
There's all kinds of things there, but can he vote for himself? Can he actually vote for himself as a convicted felon?
He's a felon. No.
That's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So if he shows up like every other person to try, like, they do the performative.
Yeah.
Can somebody that's the voter fraud you've been complaining about right there. That's it.
There's your voter fraud.
There's your voter fraud.
Yeah,
There's the
it's right there. Well, every accusation is an admission. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So before, I mean, I don't think the D's have announced a VP. Before they do, what's your money?
I have no idea. I'm not paying that close of attention, frankly.
Oh, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
My money's on
I do
Pete
know
Buttigieg.
that Kamala Harris is a total badass.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree.
Yeah, mm-hmm. She will be great. Yeah, I wish to God that we would get to watch her just eviscerate the whatever. President.
I mean, I don't. I think that. I mean, anything goes at this point. I mean, there's a couple of weird things though. Like when they pushed Trump out on that panel of black journalists. Did you watch any of that?
I watched snippets of it.
I watched most of it, and
it was cringy.
It looked like I was like, what? Who in their right mind thought this was a good idea besides Trump in the camp, right?
Well, he was going to go out and show them.
I think that's it, because otherwise it's a hit job. Because anybody in his.
It's not like Fox News is guilty of doing that.
Well, ever. Right.
Like let's get one milquetoast liberal on a panel of 5 hawk conservatives. It's like professional wrestling has more integrity than Fox News.
Yeah.
Seriously, like on that level.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm like, whatever. But I have a feeling that's what that felt like to me. Is like Trump thought this would be a great idea because he's a stable genius, and he would go out there and just show them that they don't know anything and they're wrong. And 10 seconds into it, he's saying things that any other person would get castigated for.
Oh yeah. Well, I think, word around the water cooler was that the delay in him stepping out on stage was because he was trying to get them to agree to not fact check him.
That's okay. Just full stop. This is your presidential candidate.
Yeah.
I will only debate if you can't fact check me. Okay. Yeah. 4th grader.
Yeah.
Just full stop.
I know you are, but what am I?
Point that is still supporting that fucking guy, you need to seriously step back and ask yourself why.
I think we are hitting
that can't be fact checked, that literally can't run a business in the state of New York, that steals money from pediatric cancer charities. Should I go on? Why are you still supporting him? Answer that. Because Obama's a racist. Okay. I literally had that 4 years ago.
I know.
Oh, well, Obama's a racist. He's not running for office. What the fuck is your point? That doesn't answer the question. You seriously have one option at this point, and that is to fall on your fucking sword.
Yeah. Yep.
Fall on your sword and admit that you were wrong.
I think that I think that as much as realistically possible, I think we are going to see a tipping point with some folks that haven't fully drank a gallon of the Kool-Aid, that are going to start seeing that the emperor's not wearing any clothes.
Well, okay. Here's hoping.
I know. Maybe that's a little optimistic, but
dude, at this point, anybody that's still backing Donald Trump is not backing down, because they literally can't.
They can't.
At this point.
It's a pride.
Yeah, it's 100% a pride thing.
Yeah, pride thing. Yeah.
Literally, because to say that they were wrong, and because to admit that they were wrong at this point, think of the list of things that they would have to admit that they supported.
Oh,
they supported unnecessary death.
Mm-hmm.
They've supported rape. They've supported the subversion of the democracy that they supposedly hold so dear.
Mm-hmm.
They've subverted the rule of law that they supposedly hold so dear. They've subverted and supported the subversion of basic human decency.
Yeah.
They've supported abject cruelty for the point of being cruel. Just to take glee in cruelty. That's a partial list of the things that people that have supported Trump have to acknowledge. And they are not going to do that.
Well, the weird, I mean, there's so many. I mean, that's the messaging now, is that Trumpism and MAGA is weird. Because I mean, all of that
I
is
love
very
that so much.
Disgusting. But the
thing that's getting under their skin the most is all you have to say is, you guys are fucking weird.
You guys are weird, man.
And that's the thing that spins them out. Not that you support a rapist. They're like, I love Donald. Obama's a racist. But all you say is, you guys are, at this point, you're just fucking weird.
This is fucking weird. I mean,
spinning them out.
The like, of all of those, I mean, nobody's really talking. I mean, everybody's like getting behind JD Vance and the fucking shit, but like nobody's talking about the fact that the fact that it's not the same ticket as before is because Donald Trump supported thousands of his followers attempting to hang his former VP. Hang him.
Yeah, hang him. Yeah, literally, not figuratively,
literally hanging him. And all like 100 police officers were fucking assaulted and injured or something at the Capitol.
But we back the blue.
Right, but if that had actually been successful, that mob would have assassinated
Mike Pence,
and Pelosi and Schumer and AOC, all of those people.
Mm-hmm. But we support the rule of law. No, they committed crimes that they should pay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a remarkable. I'm tired of unprecedented times at this point.
I am too. Yeah, we've lived through like 150 historic events in the last 6 years. I'm tired. Speaking of, how about Tropical Storm? What's the name of it?
Oh, has it gotten pretty bad today?
It's going to. It's Tropical Storm Debbie. Tomorrow, Florida's going to get hit again.
On what, Gulf side?
Yeah. And right now they're predicting that it will reach hurricane strength again. So
it's gonna spin out in the Gulf like it does.
Yep. So that's gonna be fun for them.
Yeah, I saw Reed Timmer say something about tornado warnings possible in that area. I was like, oh my God.
Yep. It'll be right now it's not 100%, but it could be a category 1 hurricane before it hits land, and it's big too. So, speaking of, historic events happening at an insane pace.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's good.
It's great.
I don't know. So there's a part of me I'm gleeful. I'll say it. I'm gleeful at the whole. All you have to do to spit a MAGA out is to call him weird.
Weird.
And just
you guys are weird.
You guys are weird. I'm taking glee at that. I'm taking glee at the fact that Sleepy Joe Biden, to the credit to the Democratic committee, who they're spineless and just pathetic and
disorganized
and just craven as the rest of them. But they did get a pretty good sucker punch in there.
Well, it was kind of nice to see a little political gaming. Yeah.
And I hope that awakens them out of their slumber to be like, oh, wait a minute, we can still politic.
Yeah.
Like these people, they're all idiots. They're all just criminal fucking morons. They should be able to, if they didn't have this gigantic billion-dollar propaganda machine behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Propaganda works.
I mean, let's not forget the Four Seasons Landscaping Company. Just like
this is what I'm saying. Like, that's literally the level of intelligence, diabolicalness that we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart to see Rudy Giuliani in such sad straits.
I know. The poor guy's, his hair dye is melting and he's just falling.
He's disbarred. He's bankrupt.
He was falling into a row of chairs at the RNC.
Yeah. It really tears me up. If it's funny because my kids watch Seinfeld and there's the supposedly fat-free frozen yogurt one where Giuliani's involved because he's mayor of New York at the time.
Right.
And it's just I just have to tell the girls, I'm like, fast forward 40 years. Yeah, it's that, yeah, he's America's mayor.
Yeah, he was.
He was for a brief shining moment.
Yeah, about a year.
He was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Like David Cross said, he was not, they just did the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
They sort of did the job. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of months, man.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. There's a sense though, there's a little bit of a sense that there could be, and I'm not saying that like I'm not a Kool-Aid drinking Democrat and thinking like, this is going to save everything.
Nope.
But I think there's one shining sliver of light that there could be on the main a waking up to, when we have leaders that are when we have boring policy again, like
that'll be nice.
We can kind of function and we don't have to we can have a community experience that isn't based on red or blue. Like if we just, and I know that there's some turning a blind eye to malfeasance and leadership, but there's a possibility that we could kind of get boring again, which I think would be really nice.
Make America boring again.
Make America fucking boring again. Make our politics a little boring again.
Can we just get back to being functional?
Just simply
real basic stuff like taxing billionaires and corporations.
Yeah.
That'd be nice instead of gutting the IRS so that only poor people get audited.
I mean, no wonder all this fucking, what is the broligarchs, the tech broligarchs are fucking just seething with, not seething. They're salivating with anticipation about putting one of their broligarchs in the White House in advance. And it's they just want to have unchecked fucking robber baron power.
Well, that's the goal.
Oh yeah. I mean,
the goal is to get us back to about the 1850s.
Yeah. I mean, it worked for the Rockefellers, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's Project 2025.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
we fixed that.
Yeah. Thank God. Woo. Guess I'll go to the pool. Okay.
Oh, today's the day for the pool, man.
That's what's going to happen. The upper.
Mm-hmm. The temps can keep rising as long as their pool works.
I mean, if you have a pool, what's the problem?
What else is going on?
We got to talk scheduling because in a couple of weeks I'm going to San Francisco.
Oh, well, yeah, let's talk. Let's have this open dialogue about
dialogue. Yeah. I think we're probably going to need to pod next Sunday. I think we're probably going to need to do that.
I think
this
that
is
can
boring
happen.
Policy, folks.
Well, I could do the 25th too, but
I will the 25th. Wait, when am I going to San Francisco?
When are you going to San Francisco?
I'm going to San Francisco the 18th.
Oh yeah. We'll go. We'll come back. We'll come back on the 11th. I'm going to Colin and I just booked our Chicago getaway. Labor Day weekend. Mm-hmm.
When's Labor Day?
Labor Day is the first Monday of September, Steve.
Okay.
No, but that's the last week. So the 31st. We're going to see Pearl Jam at Wrigley, and we're fucking flying there. We got a nice hotel in downtown.
Like adults.
Dude, this is real, and I'm sure Colin's listening. I was calculating all the numbers, and if you'd have told me 20 years ago I was doing all this to see a concert, I would have said,
no.
Joel made it.
Go, Joel.
Yeah, you made it. But yeah, buddy. we're flying to Chicago. We're going to stay downtown, right next to the river. We're going to be out in the outfield of Wrigley seeing Pearl Jam.
That's going to be awful.
It's going to suck.
It's going to be terrible.
That's going to be a labor of love for that.
I love that. I'm going to San Francisco to see the master of disaster himself, Mr. Philip Lesh, formerly of the Grateful Dead, at 201 Cantera Way in Marin County, which is right on the fucking bay. And this is in this park, and it's going to be great. Phil's 84, and he is starting to show his age a little bit. I've been watching some of the whatever recent stuff that he's been doing, and
yeah, he's getting up there.
He's showing his age a little bit, and I do not mean that in a disrespectful or disappointed way whatsoever.
Sure.
He's 84 years old.
The fact that he's 84 years old with a bass strapped to his body up there plucking
away. It's a very
man.
nice, very lightweight bass. But yeah.
Well, I mean, but still, I mean, that's fucking incredible.
But what he's doing is continuing to make music with his friends and his family, and in a way that harkens back to a much more innocent time.
Was he the oldest member?
Billy maybe too.
Oh, okay.
But I think Phil's up there. I don't know. They're all their ages.
Yeah.
Bobby was by far the youngest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Phil was born in 1940. So.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yep. And so like that's, Bobby Weir's out playing the fucking Sphere for $1 million a night, And Phil's like, I'm gonna hang out with my kids.
Yeah.
And just kind of chill.
Yeah, that's smart.
And they can do that. And they both get to live their lives,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out and kiss the ring one more time.
That'll be cool, man.
Yeah.
It's special that you're doing that for that.
Well, that's what I saw that was happening, and 5 minutes later, I had a ticket and an airline ticket. Like wham, wham, I'm going.
And that's, I mean, to a lesser extreme and in age situation, that's kind of why I'm like, looking at the money I'm dropping to go to Chicago to see Pearl Jam, I'm like, you know what? These guys aren't going to fucking do it. Like we could, next year I could get
We're retiring.
Yeah, we're retiring. We're hanging it up. Eddie die. I mean, shit happen. I mean, that's real. Right. Like, go see. We've said it before. Go see the shit you like to see. While you can.
If it is so choice, if you have the means, I highly recommend it.
Highly recommend
it. Oh God. Yeah. No. And then we're going to. When are we going to see Dodie and Soul Coughing?
Oh my God, we're gonna go see Soul Coughing. That is September.
Great. I'll book
it. That is September 22nd.
Are we taking your new wheels? Your new whip?
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. We're gonna take Gadsby. Gadsby, the new
I love that you named it Gadsby. That's cool. I still haven't named my car. I haven't thought of anything fitting yet. It's just my car.
I had toyed with a Star Wars name because that was my other one's name as Finn or FN2187 from Force Awakens, but this car is it's a certified use, so it's an old, quote unquote, old Crosstrek Sport. So it's an old sport. And I was like, sport.
Gatsby. That's so good. Old Sport.
Yeah,
I love
old
that.
Sport. Yeah.
I love that. I do love that. In fact, I just reread the book and watched the Robert Redford Gatsby 2 months ago. It's so good.
It's so good. The gal that plays what's the main female's name?
I can't remember.
I
just watched it and read it, and I can't remember. I don't know.
I just remember my adolescent self being annoyed by her, but I need to watch that as an adult because I read that was one of. There was a period in high school where I kind of like allowed myself to read a bunch of, it was. I think it was a school assignment to read it, but I was also reading. That was when I started reading Vonnegut. That's when I read Jack Kerouac. That's when I read Kesey. That's when I was reading a bunch of that shit. And I remember like really being kind of bummed by the older aesthetic of the movie versus what I watched in my brain when I read the book.
Yeah.
But I need to watch that Redford one again.
It's good. It's so,
I probably have a different appreciation of it.
I highly recommend. And that's something that's been really interesting for me. Going back to the Twisters thing is like, you have to get over the lack of CGI. You have to get over the lack of frenetic pacing. You have to get things just move slower.
Yeah.
And I think that there's some value to that artistically. And you have to get over the wide colors, it's the fashion and some antiquated expressions,
Yeah.
But and I like the DiCaprio one too. He did a good job at that. But
that one's like very indicative of the director's aesthetic. You know, it's
Yes.
very,
The most interesting thing, because I watched them in fairly quick succession, and like the
Mhm.
party scenes were
Yeah.
very, like in the DiCaprio one, were very Moulin Rouge, like lots of
Yes.
CGI and way
Yeah.
over the top. And
Yeah.
in the Robert Redford one, they're just not. It's just like a really nice big party,
Right. Right.
you know. So it's not, you kind of lose, not
Yeah.
lose, but it's a very different vibe.
It's a different
Speaking
vibe.
of slow moving, have you watched Ripley? Have we talked about Ripley?
You've talked about Ripley. I haven't
Okay.
watched it yet.
Highly recommend.
I
It
know.
is the slowest burn on purpose.
Yeah, I need a new show. We've finished a couple of shows, and then we've been in a Olympic chokehold for the last week and a half.
How about the Turkish sharpshooter guy? I know it's
Dude,
kind
that
of,
guy.
it's already long in tooth, but oh my God, amazing. He just
Yeah.
walks up, he's like, oh, I shoot that.
Hand
Silver.
in pocket,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
a pair of glasses
yeah.
on.
Second. I got second. Cool. Where's the beer?
Cool. Yeah.
Anybody got a smoke?
Yeah, it almost looked like he could have a fucking dart burning hanging out of his mouth
Yeah,
while
yeah. He's like,
yeah.
I could just see him looking at one of the other contestants and be like, cool glasses. All right, I'm going.
How much did those cost you?
All right.
I'm from Turkey. They didn't buy me that shit.
They did not buy me that shit. Did you see his, like, he literally picked up a gun during his divorce mediation. Like that's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
genesis of all that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, whoa, okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's shooting with something else.
He shot something.
But we've just been glued. I've been glued to the Olympics. It's just so I don't know.
I watched some of the ping pong with my mom.
Yeah,
Table tennis, whatever they actually
table
call it.
tennis.
It's table tennis. I'm like, where? How? My question is, it's amazing.
It's
like,
amazing.
But how does one decide to become an Olympic table tennis contender? How
I
does?
don't know. I think in some
It's
countries
very foreign to me.
in some countries they're selected at a young age.
Sure. Bless you.
Wow,
That was a good one.
I am also.
Do you need a minute?
Kind of feels like I need to
Little refractory
cigarette.
period. Yeah.
The water polo.
I've not watched any of that.
Oh, that's amazing. It's
Okay.
amazing. They're just like treading water and swimming up and back and throwing that ball and up in each other's business. Kirsten's like, are they trying to drown each other? I'm like, that's what it kind of looks like. Gymnastics,
Well, I mean,
all of it.
that's okay.
I'm into all of it,
I've
man.
watched some of the whatever, just the highlight reels of some of the pole vaulting and the pommel
Mhm.
horse and the thing where they jump and flip and land. That's called off of the
It's called
springboard.
gymnastics.
Thank
Oh,
you. The springboard thing.
the vault.
Sure. Yeah, that.
The vault.
Yeah, the vault. There you go.
You know, the thing where they jump and flip and land, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's called
And
gymnastics.
hats off to Simone Biles,
Dude, she's
who is just a running, jumping, spinning, landing middle finger to
yeah.
everybody that said, "No, I'm gonna take care of your mental health."
Yep. Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, came back better.
That's what taking care of your mental health can do.
Yep.
That's our PSA. That's our PSA for the day, everybody.
Mm-hmm. If you need to take a break for your mental health, do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
man.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Oh, and it also just another little whatever match underneath the fingernails of certain elements of our country, which is like diversity is actually really great.
Yeah, but when we're actually better when we're all working. Yeah, when we're actually allowing everybody to shine. And the American flag hits different during the Olympics to me. When I see the American flag up there, I'm like, fuck, I'm rooting for that.
Yeah.
It just hits a little different.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Kind of nice.
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice to have something to be proud of.
Something.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my God, I just got Lee Greenwood's playing in my head.
And I'm proud to be in America, where at least I know I'm free.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. That's
Calm down.
that's enough.
Oh,
Excuse me, I just burped.
yeah, you did.
I think it's time. I
Is
think
that time? Did we do it?
that's
I feel
yeah,
like
I think we're winding down here.
okay. Well, that was fun. If you have any comments, criticisms, concerns, or anything,
Go
email us
fuck
at
yourself. Oh, I mean,
well, pretty much, but TTBB podcast at gmail.com, and eventually I'll send you a sticker.
yeah, and follow us on the Instagram, trying to be better podcasts. Interact with us.
Interact with us.
Hit like and subscribe.
Hit like and subscribe. And today's podcast is brought to you by Sancho and Althea.
Yes. Sancha, so we shameless
Our friend
plug.
and past guest.
Jack Van Cleve and his wife Anna Jane started this little t-shirt gig where they're making really cool dead inspired and dead adjacent merchandise. They have hats now. I actually
They have hats.
They have hats.
Oh fuck. Okay. I
won the t-shirt contest. Did you know this?
I did see that.
I won it and it's being ordered and delivered, and I feel honored to have won that. I also feel a little like guilty because I'm like, I'm his friend. I should pay money to buy a t-shirt.
I'm gonna order a hat. In fact, I'm gonna order a hat today. I need a new
order a hat today. Yeah.
Do it today. Not tomorrow. Do it today.
Do it today. Sancho and Althea, the names of their dogs.
Yep.
But find them on Instagram and buy some of their stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, you gotta put up a link on the show notes.
I will
have our interns do that.
I will share their Instagram. So follow us and then you'll see them.
Because the art, like Anna Jane makes the art.
And it's really fucking cool.
It's just great. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think the shirt that I'm going to buy is the goose one.
I love that. Is that the Sick Jams Bro one?
It's just a picture like straight out of a biology textbook, drawing of a goose, and it just says Sick Jams Bro. That's the one. I
love that thing you sent me of Matt the Goodwill hunting. It's not your fault.
And like whenever time I watch that, I'm like, it could go either way for what fandom you're talking to.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah, it's perfect. So it's a quick anecdote and then we're out. But I went and saw Tedeschi Trucks Band.
Oh, yeah.
And God, they were good. I'd never seen them before. They were so good.
Mm-hmm.
Just a effortless powerhouse, like a huge 454 cubic inch Chevy V8.
Yeah.
Not working hard at all, but hauling mass ass, right? Of a band. Just unbelievable. Like, oh my God. So anyway, I went to go take a leak at some point during this, and a guy that knew me that I did not remember. I think he knew me from like 25 years ago, early when I'm first trying to get sober and stuff. He was not sober.
Right.
He was high as dicks. And but he like going into the bathroom, he's like, Steve Erbauer. And I'm like, hey man.
Hey man.
And he's like lit up like a Christmas tree, you know, and I'm like, hey buddy, what's happening?
Yeah.
And he looks at me, he goes back a little bit, he goes, I bet you like goose. He would not tell me his name, but he was like, oh wow. He was like, you at the meeting place. And I'm like, well, fuck, that would have been like, wow. I did not recognize this guy. Could not play. Usually I'm pretty good with faces once I lock in, you know, but I could not play. But just the way, and it was, I mean, it was just one of those moments. I'm like, okay, that's hilarious. Strange person, but
yeah. I bet you like goose.
I bet you like goose.
You look like the kind of guys into water sports.
Yeah. It was great.
You like goose, don't you? You sick fuck.
Pretty much, yeah. Uh-huh. It was great. It was goose. Great. It was great.
I love goose. I'm here to say it.
Joel loves goose.
I love goose.
He's convinced about goose.
I am convinced about goose. I'm so convinced about goose I'm considering driving to Minneapolis to see them
When?
this fall. I don't
Okay.
know, sometime.
Let me know.
Yeah, welcome.
Maybe I'll be convinced about Goose.
I think you would be. I think that if we made that trek, let's try to make that happen because I feel like you'd
Okay.
be. I feel like, yeah, I think we can get you there.
Okay.
We can get you the.
Okay. Okay.
I'll get you there, baby.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. We'll see. All right. I feel like I should see Fish before I see Goose.
I know. I try. Fuck.
I haven't seen them since 1996. It's probably time.
Is there going to be a fall tour?
I don't probably.
Well, the thing is,
did you listen to his interview with Mark Maron?
oh,
Trey?
it was so good.
It was so great. He's such a great guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the shit show that was the backstage for them for so long,
Madness.
man. Oh my God.
Madness. We're gonna have 3,000 people backstage. We better get a pool.
Yeah, we got to put it in a below ground pool.
We're gonna need a pool for this one.
Yeah, we really should see Fish. Should we do New Year's Eve?
Oh, get the fuck! I can't afford that.
Should we do it?
I literally can't afford it.
Neither can I, but should we do it?
We'll talk.
You know, if I was,
dude, I'm not going to New York at New Year's.
Yeah, it's a bad idea, right?
It's a terrible idea. We should absolutely do it.
The move is if I wasn't going to see Pearl Jam over Labor Day to go to fucking Dick's in
Right.
Colorado. That's
Right.
the move.
Fish sticks.
Hmm.
Well, there's always next year.
Maybe not. That's the thing. That's why we should do
It'll
New
be
York.
next year. I have faith.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
It'll be fine.
We should do a mini tour next summer. Let's take.
I'm saving up PTO as we speak.
All right. Cool.
Maybe I'll just quit my job. I don't know. We'll see. Between Fish and Goose, I feel like there's opportunities.
There might be.
Yep. Maybe we'll just become Jack and Anna Jane's support staff.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
See? I mean, if they're hiring, I don't know.
They're probably not. Jack loves us, but maybe not that much.
Yeah, that's legit. Yeah.
You know, you gotta really trust your relationship to bring in a third and a fourth, and those
Right.
two being us.
Right. Of dubious qualifications and moral. Moral turpitude mean anything to you?
Well, the chillness between the two of them, and then our energy together. Like our energy's fine individually, but you put us together, we're a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Sorry, everybody.
Sorry. That's why this works. That's why this is the release valve for all of our shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's why we keep doing it. There's 3 people listening, but you know, I know there's more than 3, but
5.
Yeah. All right, we should cut this off.
Okay, fine. All right.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
One watch per night, one watch per day. If you get confused, listen to the music play. Some come to laugh and pass away. Some come to make just one more deed. Whichever way your pleasure tends. If you play nice, you're gonna harvest wind. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Tell you where always sleep. Friends, lions keep on the sandy wind. May the four winds blow you home again. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. You better roll away with you. You better roll away with you. Roll away. Roll away with you. Roll away. Roll away. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away. Roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away. You better roll away with you. Roll away with you. Roll away. Roll away with you. You better roll away with you. Roll away.
Don't forget, toot your hooter.